Good morning, people. This is going to be the beginning of my day-to-day workout regimen that I'm just going to be recording for the next 30 days. It's going to be a habit that I upload a video talking about the workout and different aspects of the workout related to calisthenics. First, a little bit about myself. I'm a tactical strength and conditioning facilitator, NASM, National Association of Sports Medicine certified CPT, personal trainer for 2 years, and I've been training calisthenics daily for about 4 years. Right here, you're watching one of my daily workouts. It's a muscle up, supersetted dips, straight bar dips, and pull ups at the bottom. And then the second set you can see is dips and push ups on the double bars. And then you have at the end a leg circuit, training calisthenics for legs and basically just a full body workout for the most part. So, what do you really need to even get into this style of training? Really, just a bar and maybe like the floor, and perhaps, maybe a park or something you could find those things at. Or really, I've just been able to create those things in my house by just finding ledges and surfaces to pull up on, or finding like two chairs to put together do dips, and then obviously just doing push-ups on the floor. So really simple, really low barrier for entry. Doesn't really require much, maybe an elevated surface to really get deep into those push-ups and really challenge yourself once you really gain some strength and these exercises become a little easy for you. So how did I even get to this style of training? Juxtaposition to maybe using weights for muscular development and really just strength development as a whole. For the most part, I was recommended this style of training by a mentor of mine that is now unfortunately deceased, and his basically motto is to work on the fundamental strength of the body in order to actually move on to building levels of strength to deal with weights and develop your muscles through that method. And for the most part, I personally never really touched weights again after that. After recommending calisthenics for a little while, I did touch weights for a little bit, and obviously I do weighted calisthenics every now and again. But when it comes to curling, dumbbells, or squatting with a barbell on my back, I've always found using weights somewhat uncomfortable, and usually the day after and a few days after, I have to recover from soreness and a lot of the damage the muscle has done to the body. And calisthenics is almost like yoga strengthening or gymnastics strengthening for the most part. For the body, it is much softer and more dynamic and comes with a whole range of different benefits that weights simply don't provide. So who is this really for? Anybody and everybody, really. But more specifically, military. In the military, they do a lot of push-ups. And some branches require pull-ups in the PFT, the PRT, physical fitness and physical readiness training tests. As well as prisoners. I'm sure you've seen videos of prisoners doing burpees in their cell. Enough, said. Of course, they build massive physiques, great physiques in prison, and get in really good shape for the most part. Martial arts trainers and, basically fighters in general oftentimes train calisthenics because it builds a different type of fundamental strength, builds more tendon strength than muscular strength per se. Later on in the development, of course, you do gain some sort of muscular development. Maybe perhaps if you're in some sort of like heavyweight fighting, there might be some sort of benefit to having a really nice physique. But for the most part, most fighters don't really need to develop like really nice physiques. It's not really essential for their sport, so they develop strength to throw harder punches and obviously get in really good shape for their fights. Gymnasts as well, since calisthenics is basically like muscle building gymnastics for the most part, as well as pretty much any athlete or any physique that wants to reap the benefits of calisthenics. And trust me, there are definitely many. Improved body mass and just, overall, if you want to lose weight or if you want to just put on some weight potentially, putting just a lot of protein in your body and putting in a lot of carbs, you'll definitely gain some size. And if you're overweight, this will definitely put you into, a catabolic state to where you get rid of a lot of the fat on your body. So, a few common misconceptions of calisthenics is that people will say, I don't want to get big and bulky. You won't necessarily get big and bulky unless you train to get big and bulky per se. A lot of people, in particular, have this misconception about women shouldn't resistance train. This is going to make them look masculine and, muscular. That's not the case at all. I think every physique really can benefit from calisthenics and benefit from resistance training really in general. I've seen some impressive physiques in men and women, so I don't think there's a gender divide when it comes to any sort of resistance training. And generally, just for longevity, over time, you will lose strength and muscle as you get older. So this definitely helps prevent that. In general, resistance training isn't, I used to have this misconception, a lot of people do, that resistance training isn't for cardiovascular based athletes. I used to run track cross country, and I used to think that putting on more muscle would only make me heavier and make it harder to do my sport. To some degree, that is true, but for the most part, everybody can benefit from strength, because even strengthening your upper body allows your upper body to move more dynamically with your lower body and allows you to run faster. So definitely can't skip out on those benefits. A couple other benefits too that you get from calisthenics is the mental health benefits. There's something about being able to, mental health and really just self-esteem and confidence in general. Something about being able to do 20 pull-ups allows you to pick your head up a little higher when you're going throughout your day and, just be able to say, hey, I did 20 pull-ups. New personal best, or maybe even getting into some of the more advanced skills like push-ups on your hands, like handstands, and doing like planche and rows and, the front levers and different exercises that completely expand into its own realm of craziness and, really just amazing facts that you could do this with your body, right? Improved physical health, obviously, that's a no-brainer. Improved spirituality, there's definitely a spiritual side to calisthenics and just learning your body. In fact, improved neuroplasticity in the sense that calisthenic athletes, unlike many other athletes, get some type of benefit as to knowing where their body is locally in space. There is definitely a spiritual and almost kind of oddly, scientific thing that happens with the body where your brain literally rewires itself while it's doing calisthenics, while it's doing some of these workouts. And you're able to basically just learn your body completely differently. Definitely want to touch on those aspects in the future because it pours over into other areas of your life as well. So that's the first video talking about, the benefits of daily calisthenics and where you can benefit from watching the series and learning and really discovering new things with me. I hope you join me on my next videos. Have a great rest of your day. Go get some sleep if you're up at this time. Or go get out the sheets and hit the work, hit the grind. It's all fine. Peace.